Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish. Alright, we're already shuffled. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Let's see. We got a lot of cards going on here. 1, 2, 3, stop. Stop. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Got a lot of cards going on here. I don't know how many. Alright, now you got a lot of pentacle energy coming into this situation, which is very stable. It can be money. To me, I feel is more like stability, slow and steady wins the race type attitude. But you got the Page of Pentacles. You're supportive. You're supporting the situation. You're keeping up your end of the bargain. You're part of the deal. Like whatever is expected of you to keep the situation healthy, you're doing that. I feel like you're also very mindful to just do what's expected. You have the urge to go forward a little farther, but you're just like, you know what? I need to just do what's expected. Nobody's feathers get ruffled and nothing goes wrong. As long as I'll just keep it with what's expected. That way nobody gets this opinion or that attitude about it. It just feels like it's not that you don't want to do more. It's not like you're not willing to. It seems like it's best to just do what's expected and just leave it for what it is. That's how you're coming into this. So that's good. Now, somebody else seems to be calling the shots here in this part. I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles in the actual action line. The situation seems to be doing well. Somebody else seems to have control for the most part. They're saying this is what needs to be done. They're moving things around. It's all within what's expected, though. It's all within the necessary parameters, expected parameters. Nothing seems out of the norm. The situation, though, seems like it's doing well. The way it's being handled, you're doing what you need to do, they're doing what they need to do, everything seems great, everything seems fine. Okay, so then we come into this next part. I'm going to say I feel like everything's okay, but I'm noticing this next part coming in on your side, and then there's something on the other side. Now, yours seems to be first, actually. You got Courage here. But there's 3 cards that came in all together. High Priestess, the Chariot, and the 4 of Cups. I'm getting this energy again with you, I feel. And you got the Courage here. The Courage here to make moves forward. The situation could be better. You're not willing to just stand by and just let it be what it is, because you know it could improve. And you're willing to do what is necessary. You're willing to put in a little extra effort here. I don't feel like you're shy or afraid of a little extra effort. I don't feel like you're worried about that at all. But the High Priestess with the Chariot and the 4 of Cups, like the High Priestess, you have to balance out how just because I want to do this, just because I think it's the right thing to do, doesn't mean it's going to be received well, even though it's the best. I feel like you're very connected to, like, this is what's best for the situation. Doesn't mean it's going to be received well. But while you're also mulling it over how to handle it, what to do, how it's going to be received, the Chariot is telling me you're naturally it seems like you're just moving forward. If there's certain things you have to plan for, certain information you have to get, you're going forward and you're starting the process of making things better. I just feel like you're naturally doing it. It just seems like to you it's wrong not to make it better. That's kind of how it feels to me. But I get, well, you're moving forward and you're feeling it's the right thing to do, and you're aware it may not be received well, but it's the right thing to do. The 4 of Cups is telling me you're worried about how it's actually going to be received and worried about dealing with the other person, somebody else who seems to be in control, because you're going to be kind of usurping this control for a little while, even though it's for the best, and you're doing it because you really feel like it's the right thing to do. The 4 of Cups is telling me, even though this is going to go better, there's going to be that adversity, and you're not looking forward to it. But the Courage is here with you. You're just kind of like, I feel like the way you're heading into this is like, I just got to do what I got to do. I just gotta take a deep breath and go for it. I just gotta take a deep breath, I gotta go for it. Now, I am getting what you're not realizing before you come in. On the other side, people seem aware, and I feel like the person maybe calling the shots is aware that things are not going as well as they could be going, or they're not going optimally. They got the Ten of Wands, they're a little burdened in the situation. They are looking to change things. While they may be looking, it's going to depend on the energy you're dealing with, while they may be looking to change things, doesn't mean they're comfortable or open to actually doing that. They can be open to the thought, but not open to the actual change. I feel like this may seem a little dicey, but the point is, while you may be able to appeal to their intellect, when it actually happens, you might get pushback. That's my point. They may be like, yeah, things need to get better, things need to change, but it actually happening and them being okay with it, that's another story. Because divine guidance is saying they're being pushed to allow change to happen. The Ten of Wands is telling me they are feeling the stress of the situation. Even though you may be right, doesn't mean they're going to go along with it all that easily. Let's see what happens here in the center. Because I do see, I'm getting the two of these together and I'm just like, maybe I'm seeing this the wrong way. No, this is how it's coming in. I do feel like you're having success. That Six of Wands is telling me you are going to have success making this change happen. But the Hierophant, I don't really usually see as somebody who really cares for change. They like things to stay the same. They like tradition. They like holding to the norm. They like keeping things where they're supposed to be. People getting rewarded as expected. People doing what's expected of them. Can be a bit dogmatic. You're fighting against that energy. Even though this other side sees you have a point, they do feel labored with the situation. They are open to the thought of it. When you actually start making it happen, I do feel like you're getting some pushback, but you are succeeding at the same time. It's just like, I feel like you might be trudging through and constantly dealing with pushback, but still pushing forward and still making change happen because you have to. It doesn't last long before this person, it feels like because they're usually the one making the decisions, it feels like that's why to me. They get in line and they move forward with you. The Queen of Wands, I feel like this person who's usually making the decisions accepts that things are changing and tries to reclaim that power, and they try to go forward with what the new decisions should be. They try to get more control about, all right, since it's changing and since we're veering off this way, let me see if I can get a hold of the speed and rate. And see, they're trying to reclaim control is what I'm getting. That's what it feels like. You're right, you're moving it, you're changing how things are being done. They try to resist you at first, they realize they can't, they have to go along with it. But since it's changing anyway, they're trying to get in line with the change and trying to recapture the control by now directing that change. Even though you're the one who kind of pushed it that way, you're the one that got it going that way, they're trying to get control of it. So the next thing I see happening here, the Page of Cups, the Moon card, and the Victory. It feels like a very political arena to me. I don't know how this is really paying out. I mean, I know it's general, but it feels confusing. I feel like a room of politicians in a room deciding what needs to be done, except these are people that are not just politicians, they're actually workers at the same time. It just feels a lot of diplomatic this and that, and who's actually making the call. And the Moon with the Page of Pentacles, I feel like the Page of the Page of Cups is like, I feel like you're happy with how this is working out. They seem to be happy with how this is working out. Who actually has the control seems to be a confusing moment to me. The Moon card is like, there's a lot of mystery going on here. But Victory is just like, I feel like I almost feel like one person says this is what we should do, and somebody else repeats the sentence and acts like it was their idea. I feel like that's happening here and there. I feel like one person's moving forward, but it seems to be working, and it's confusing me why it's working, because it feels like there's confusion here. This is why it's working. You are making sure that the situation stays on track, keeps moving forward. You see the way this needs to go, and you're holding to it, and you're continuing your piece of the puzzle by doing what you think should be happening now, and you're holding strong with what you feel should be happening now. What's actually happening is a bit of confusion. This feels very confusing to me. The reason the victory is happening is because you've already made your mind up. You've already decided this is how I'm going, this is how I'm handling it. You got the Four of Pentacles, and I really like that this card is here. You're just holding to it. This is what I said I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm doing. And you keep doing that. People just seem to, if they don't get in line to begin with, they just get in line after a while, and they just seem to be reinforcing this. I just feel like it's a very political, diplomatic, weird thing where everybody's trying to act like they're the one who made the decision, or it's weird. It's weird, but you just keep going in the same way. People fall in line with what you're doing. And I'm getting the Seven of Wands on the other side. People are just, it seems like there's people trying to save face here. And they're just trying to make sure the situation works out, but they want to seem like they're more important than maybe they are. I hope that doesn't sound rude. It probably does. I'm sorry, but that's how it's coming through. It just feels ridiculous. It just feels like the fight here, the diplomacy is just more of like, it's like a bunch of politicians in a room just trying to prove that, you know, who's got the biggest hat or something. Put what you want in that comment. But hat, you can change that for whatever you want. But like, that's what I feel like is going on. It does work out because you're holding true to what you need to do. There's a rhyme for you too. Yay. The situation does go better. It does seem like it's improved. It's ending with the Eight of Swords. It kind of feels like it is what it is. There's just some hypocrisy or something weird. That Moon card just feels like it's lingering. I feel like you're just kind of like, you know what, it is what it is. I just got to keep moving forward. I have to keep trying to make this work out. I'm trying to do it for the best. I just feel like this is going to linger on. I do feel victory. You got two victory cards here, really reinforcing that this is working out and will continue to work out. But I feel like it's almost like, even if it's like a family thing or between friends, like, I feel like they've said when there's two or more people, there's always politics involved. I think that's the saying. I don't know how that works. I'm not even going to worry about it. You're just constantly going to have to deal with people, you know, trying to act like they know what's going on or trying to control the situation when maybe they really can't. I just feel like the way this situation is ending with this confusion, it just keeps dragging on, but the success stays too, because you don't back down, you just do what you have to do. I feel like there's moments where people are saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and you're just like, okay, and you just kind of ignore it and keep doing what you're doing. Even if they do something different or contrary to what you're doing, you don't falter, you just stick with what you feel needs to be done, and you just stick with that, and it just seems to drown out these other people, and that's how this is succeeding. I feel like you're going to be okay. Just seeing it for what it is, just like, you know what, they're going to do what they have to do. I'm just going to hold true to what I must do, and I'm going to make sure that my piece of this puzzle works out. Other people just seem to keep reinforcing it. The diplomacy is just, it's wacky. I don't know what to do with that. And I feel like you might not know what to do with it either. It's weird, because I feel like myself, I'm also caught up in this Eight of Swords in the sense of like, I don't understand what you're supposed to do with that. I just feel like you holding the line and doing what you need to do and just disconnecting from the diplomacy, the politics, the politicking of it seems to work best. That's all I got for you. I don't know. The way this ends is, it's good. I just don't like that energy. It doesn't feel comfortable to me. I don't know what to do with it. Other than to say you're going to succeed by just holding to your piece and continuing on. There you go. All right, I'm going to let it be. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. Leave me comments about if you know what that is. Like, if that's hitting for you, what is that? And how, is there a way you're figuring that out to deal with that? Are you just staying outside of it and doing your part and just ignoring it? Is that an option? Let me know, because I find that very frustrating. I think in my own life I don't tolerate that well, and I think that's why I'm finding that frustrating. So let me know in the comments. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4 at Gmail. No, James the number 4 astral at gmail.com. Thank you.